Hey guys, well today it is the 7th of July. Hold on, count coming. And no baby yet. It was due yesterday, but it never arrived. So we're patiently waiting for the baby. Today, Amanda's got to go to Wausau, and I'm headed around to my parents and help them with some shit. So that's mainly what's kind of going on today. Oh man, loose gravel. Look at this shit. This is the worst stuff to drive in if you guys don't know. It's worse than snow, it's worse than slush. But anyway, so today we are going to try something, new on my end. I mean, I haven't done anything like this in a while, I guess. I went out yesterday and I bought myself a nice Gopro. Look at that, baby. I got it all hooked up to my helmet. We're going to do a view from the face, and maybe I'll change it around while I'm driving. I don't know yet. Anyway, I'll tell you the story real quick. I went on, I was actually online trying to find a GoPro for a good price. I got this money from the puppy money from the babies. Oh my god, this is getting bad. I think I'm gonna have to turn around. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is getting pretty loose. Loose as a goose here. I'll keep the camera on just in case I go in a ditch. I know they needed gravel, but this is ridiculous. I wonder if they can just dump some off of my parents. What are you gonna do there, guy? Are you fucking kidding me? Alright, well, don't close off the road or anything. Just start dumping right in the middle. What a jackass. Alright, well, let's find a way. Let's go the other way. Let's go back to that road up there. Well, the other gravel truck just turned out. I better get the hell out of here. Oh my god. So anyway, I was looking online for a good price for a GoPro, and I was pricing them, and they were the black one, $400 for that damn thing. But it does do a lot. I had no idea it was as advanced as it was, and after I read about it, I was originally going to get the white version, but that's so limited, and then you look at it from the comparison from the white to the black, and it's like night and day, literally. So I was like, well, if I'm going to get a camera, I got to get a good camera. I'm not going to get, the bare minimum here. So I went on GoPro or on Craigslist and tried to come up with a way to find a good camera. And well, there was this one listing that said just camera on it. And I'm like, okay, well, what kind of camera? And so I clicked on it. Here it's a GoPro Black, and they wanted $195 for it. And I'm thinking, holy shit, what is wrong with it? So I called the chick. I was calling for 3 days in a row, and nobody answered, nobody checked their email, or nobody replied to my email, nobody replied to the text message. So I kept calling and calling and calling, and finally somebody picked up. And they're like, she answered the phone like, yeah, what do you want? You know, I was like, well, I just want to buy your GoPro. And she's like, oh, okay, well, yeah, what do you want, you know, what do you want to know about it? And I was like, oh, well, now you're nice, you know, thanks for finally fucking answering your phone. So I was like, well, what's wrong with it? You know, the first thing in my mind is what's wrong with it, because it's so cheap. She's like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's an ex-boyfriend. I don't like it, or I don't use it. He's gone. He ain't coming back to get it. I was like, well, okay, so, you know, don't bullshit me, because I'm a professional photographer. I know my cameras. She's like, no, I'm serious. There's nothing wrong with it. It's still in its box and everything. I'm like, well, alright. What's this guy doing? I was like, alright. So I took a risk, and I drove 2.5 hours down to Eau Claire, or La Crosse, I mean. And then I get there, right, and we're meeting at McDonald's and nobody's there. And I text them, or I call them, and I said, hey, I'm here. Oh yeah, we'll be down there in 10 minutes. 10 minutes go by, I get a text, we'll be down there in 10 minutes. Like, okay, it's been 10 minutes, you know? So I wait 15 minutes, and so I call. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? And hey, I didn't even get a chance to talk. The dude answered the phone. And he's like, oh yeah, she's just turning around the alley. She'll be there in 30 seconds. So 10 minutes go by, and still no, her name was Linda, no Linda. And I'm like, okay, now I'm starting to get a little nervous, you know? And so I start texting, and I'm like, guys, this waiting is really making me nervous. And they didn't text me back, and all of a sudden, this really pretty girl gets out of a car. Long, dark hair, still wet from a shower, beautiful girl. She was walking towards McDonald's, and I was like, I noticed she was holding a GoPro box. I'm like, Linda? She's like, Wes? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh, hey. I'm like, hey, I don't know if I want to buy it or not anymore. And she's like, well, why not? I'm like, well, you told me you'd be here, you know, in 10 minutes, and it's been 45 minutes. Oh, I know. I was in the shower and all this. And I'm like, well, you know, you kind of got to keep to your commitment when you're selling, and somebody drove 2 hours. She's like, I'm really sorry and all that. And I'm like, I tell you what, I said, because of this, I'm only willing to pay $180 for it. She's like, well, I'm like, I drove 2 hours, put in $40 in gas. I go, and you made me wait for 45 minutes? I said, that's all you're getting out of me. She's like, all right, that's what we'll do. So I got the camera for, you know, that price. Here's the guy that dumped the load in front of me. So, alright, so anyway, today is going to be a fun-filled day of, I have no idea. I know I got to help my mom with some shit. And then I think I'm going to take you for a ride in the Fourwheeler. We're going to try out the GoPro. I got to tell you, there's something really cool on this. I'm sure for those camera geeks out there, you know, you know about it. But for those of you that don't, this camera, this little black GoPro Black, actually generates a Wi-Fi signal that you can pick up on your phone, on your smartphone, and you can literally watch the video on your phone. Do you know how handy this is going to be during deer hunting? I am like excited. I cannot wait to try it for deer hunting. So I just better be careful and hope I don't break it. Man, if I break it, I'm going to be one mad son of a bitch. But, oh, nobody's here now. Huh. Alright, I'll catch up with you. because that was kind of boring. There really ain't nowhere to ride by my place, so we're gonna head out to my sister's, and they've got some beautiful trails out in the big old woods behind their house, and so I'll take you back there. On another note, we sold, my mom and I sold our rat terrier puppies this weekend, and we had this one couple come in, and it was a mom or a young lady and her boyfriend, their little kid, and their mother or their grandma or whatever. They came in, they were odd right off the bat. I don't know if you guys know, you can tell when people are just strange. Well, first of all, they got lost with a GPS. Secondly, they turned into the driveway across the road when I was on the phone with them, and I told them to turn left. They turned right, which I guess you could kind of pass off as, you know, being confused or whatever. But then they pull into my driveway, and the dogs, both my dog Jake and mom's dog Lady, both rat terriers, start running at the dog. Well, normally you see dogs in somebody's yard running at you, you just take it nice and easy and you still park, you know, at the spot you're originally going to park. These people stop and pull over and drive into the ditch to try and avoid, and they drove into my mom's yard to try and avoid the dogs. And and then they parked in the ditch, which doesn't make any sense, you know. I finally walked up to them, I'm like, why are you parked here? Well, we didn't want to run over the dogs. I'm like, the dogs do this to everybody. They know better. They just, you know, you just keep driving. They'll move out of the way. Oh, I don't want to run over the dogs and everything. I was like, sir, just park your vehicle where the other vehicles are parked. So he finally gets back in his truck and he parks his vehicle. And him and the ladies get out, and immediately you sense, you know, awkwardness and weirdism and oddities and all that, you know. As soon as you make eye contact with them, they're like, you know, they're strange. And I don't know how to explain it other than that, but so they're talking to us, and you know, it's not a good conversation. I'll try and make this short though, but they we told them they couldn't take the puppy because the puppy still had 2 days before it's shot. It's 6 weeks shot, booster shot, and like, oh well, we'll just take it to the vet. You know, I'm like, well, no. I said they're not ready to go yet. I told on my ad that you can come out and you can see the puppies, choose which one you want, put a collar on it, give me half down, and come back in, you know, 2 days. Oh well, we just really want to take our puppy home now and everything. And I'm like, you know, I had to keep going back and forth, and finally I gave in. You know, I was like, all right, enough, fine, all right. And I knew I should have went with my first instinct and said, no, you can't have a puppy, you're too fucking weird. But no, you know, me being a nice guy I am, I decided to say, all right, well, fine. Seeing as they live in my trailer park, which makes me even more nervous. All right, so that's said and done, right? Sunday morning, they call up and they're like, well, we would really like another puppy. And in my mind, I'm thinking, no freaking way. You guys are odd. I don't want you having another one of my dogs. It's bad enough you already have one. So I say, no, you can't have, or no, we're all out. Well, which we were. The next guy that was coming to buy the puppy was coming to buy the last puppy, which was like an hour after I left my mom's. So I told them, no, we don't have any more puppies. So you know what happens? This guy comes out and he tells my mom that I said that I was holding a puppy for them. And my mom was kind of dumbfounded. She's like, no, he wouldn't do that. He would take a down payment, or he would talk to me about it first. And that's exactly what I would do. And he's like, oh, well, he promised us a puppy. You know, he promised us he was going to hold a puppy and everything. And all this, and so he's lying right to my mom's face, and my mom's like, well, I can't just make a puppy appear. She goes, it's just not gonna happen, there's no puppies. He's like, well, how about a cat? And my mom's like, no. She goes, no cat. Sorry, I don't have any cats available, when she has a lot of cats available. And I was really thinking maybe she just give a couple to them. But so And then he goes to say, oh, well, my mom was going to be so disappointed. And he starts, like, mom thought he was going to literally start crying right there on the deck, right in the doorway. And my mom's finally like, well, I'm sorry, but, you know, there's nothing here for you. Can you leave? And so he left. I just thought I'd share that little story with you. That was an odd one. And they live in our trailer park. That's what makes me even more nervous. I'm going to have to call up my landlords and be like, dude, you guys got to do better at picking people. This is getting old. We've already got a bunch of strange people that live right behind us. Hold on here. So, okay. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. It just makes for an interesting story, I'll say that much. Alright, we're almost there, and I'll catch up with you when we get there. Alright guys, I'm at my sister's now. And make sure I got everything. This is a big trail system back in this woods here. It's that way. So, last time I went back in there I got lost. Let's see if we can do that again. Hold on. Something. Oh well. Or maybe a stick got in the chain or something. Check the gas. I always got reserve. Alright guys, you ready? A bump. Oh yeah, I've only got front brake. I forgot to tell ya. Oh, there's that sound again. Up and took off on the four-wheeler. I'm sure I'll hear it when I get back. There it is again. What in the fuck? Ouch! Ooh, shit! Poison ivy. Oh fuck. I gotta move. Oh man, I can feel it on my leg. Don't itch it, right? That's the secret. Don't itch it. Why can I not? And I'm itching it. More poison ivy. Son of a bitch! Oh, I can feel it now. Alright. I have no idea what that sound is. This fucking thing is loose as hell. Oh, my calf is itching. Holy shit. guys, that was kind of fun. Still not the amount of riding I wanted to do today. I don't want to keep going back and forth on the same trails. I could have found some new trails back there, but they're so overgrown. Nobody ever rides them anymore. So I probably would have ended up getting lost or breaking my four-wheeler or some shit. So I was going to go to Burma trails, but I have this munchkin with me, and I'm not going to take her with on that. So now I'm going to have to think of something to do. Find a place for her to go, or just wait until Amanda gets home. I don't know yet. Well, once I know, you'll know.